Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to IRL Season 8 F1 Tier Round 9 at Spain. I am your commentator, IRL Neon. Also being joined in the comms booth by Kevin Harrison, or as Aspect, you guys may know him as well.
Hello, and thank you for the introduction. Not saying Nexus Aspect anyway. Yeah, today obviously Spain, not the best for overtaking. Obviously in FP as well, I commentated for that race. It ended up being a kind of DRS trains, but of course doesn't mean that overtaking is impossible down into turn 1 and the hairpin just to start sector 3 as well. So hopefully we get a little less DRS train and a little more action compared to the FP race anyway.
Oh yeah, the FP race didn't go as planned for me, especially when I got killed and it was basically Hamilton and Rosberg in turn 3. But that was FP, and Cameron also didn't really like FP since he DNF, so hopefully he can't DNF today. He isn't in a Williams, he's actually in a equal Red Bull, so let's see if he can actually keep it on the track this time. But right now we're on board with Pedro, but I don't think he's the first one out. I think it's Mr. Nino Romanello, and it's good to see an Italian in the Ferrari. Nino then will be the first one to begin a flying lap around the circuit, and he's got the perfect helmet for the Ferrari as well, red and black, so let's see what he can do as he's warming up. On into the chicane, taking a wide line, touches the curb, hits the exit curb, and he begins his flying lap. Not best exit though, it looked like the car went away with him a little bit. Although DRS is open as he goes down the straight. And let's see what's his top speed then. It's around about 204 miles an hour into turn 1. Goes to 4th gear, then climbs to 5th for turn 2. Through the fast round of turn 3, literally foot to the floor, take the shortest route as possible as you can. As he's now going into turn 4 now. Nice and tidy there from Nino. Into turn 5 now, the little hairpin where there's possible overtakes there. Gets a great exit there, that's going to gain him a lot of time. As he comes into the chicane, which is very easy, the fast, speedy chicane. Easy to invade, and he does, and that's his lap over, and that is a shame then for him. I believe the next driver up was actually Pedro, who's currently first in quality at the moment. He will be first when he sets his lap time, since it will be a banker, since he hasn't invalid. He will be getting cheeky slip shoot from Matthew there. So Matthew getting him the slip. Pedro then coming into turn 10, I believe it is, as he's very close to that white line.
He got very on the edge, yeah. Almost invalidated, but not quite. He is able to continue on also with, of course, purple sector 2.
He's in the chicane then. Let's see what time he does. Goes up to 3rd, revs it up quite high there. I'm surprised he didn't lose control of the car there because it's very easy. Round the final corner, hits the X curb, little tap, comes to the line. It's 15.2.
Oh, and he.
Oh, that's interesting. Did
okay,
he have
I'm not sure.
wheel issues?
I'm not sure why the second bit was necessary. He was obviously trying to slow down so he didn't set too fast of a lap, but turning into the wall last minute, like, he didn't have to break his wing. He did, so he'll have to kind of limp back to the pits in a way.
It's true. There's one board with Brandon right now. He's finishing his fly up on mediums, which could be interesting. It could be a 2-stop round here. It could be a 1-stop. And he's a 15.3, so he's only a 10th of Pedro. Maybe that's why Pedro was a bit frustrated. As Energy Zeus takes pole with a 1:15 flat in the Williams today. As Matthew Older, the 3-time champion, currently on a lap now as he won the championship this year. And the fight for the next place and second, I believe it is, there's a nice fight. 23 points separating 7 drivers, I believe. As Matthew is purple in sector 2. And he has given us some confirmation that Brazil, he will be starting at the back of the grid, which will be awesome to see if he can get way through the grid. So I hope we get a full turnout so we can see him struggle or fight and make it easy. As now he comes into the chicane. Nice and tidy exit then. Comes to the line. What time will it be? I'm guessing it's going to be a 1:14. It is a 1:14. It's a 1:14.5 there, 5 tenths quicker. And he will be happy with that for now, as his teammate has just done one on him. A couple hundreds quicker, so Devin's now showing his pace, as he actually hasn't shown it at the start of this season. He won the F2 Championship, of course, so he is a champion as well. He's looking to win a Constructors' Championship with Matthew this year. And he's doing very well there in quality to go first place. And Julio then takes first.
Julio,
wow.
puts them both down the place to take 14.5 almost flat as well. Well, yeah, no, it's not flat. It was almost flat anyway.
Good evening there, Sandra. Welcome. As I believe that is Michael, who was actually questioned a little bit. Oh, actually, is that Michael? Or is he in the pits? No, that is Michael. Michael was questioned when he's driving at Hanoi, since he moved a little bit under the brake, and hopefully this doesn't happen today. You know, we don't want to see a crash which could have caused, because could easily have been reported and people would have had penalties, but no reports were made, so no penalties for this race. But I've got to say, where do you think Matthew and Devin will be in today's race, Kevin? With at the moment they're currently second and third. Do you think they could see a good result if Devin can actually be up there instead of just scoring a couple of points each round, or maybe a big point total like 10 points if you finish fifth?
Well, I mean, Matthew obviously has more to give. I mean, he's Matthew Alder and it's early in quali, so I've no doubt that he could probably set a low 14. I wouldn't put it past him at all. As for Devin, I mean, setting that this early, I don't think that he'll be that close to Matthew, but with an improvement at least could put him pretty decently up the grid. So overall, I'd say looking good for AlphaTauri.
Okay then, well, Michael raced on a lap if you want to go on board with him. He's currently in turn 3, he's had a nice turn 1 and 2. Rocco Wells has retired, and that's him out. He's actually called it a day in quali, and I don't know why, because I don't believe he's got a penalty, but as I said, you can commentate over Michael's lap.
That's Lakitu, right?
Yes, Lakitu.
Yeah. As there's a little bit of traffic ahead of him, of course, as well, coming into turn 6 or 7, I think it is, and he's invalidated. So that's that lap over pretty quickly. As Nino actually starts the lap, if you want to go on board with him, as I take you through into turn 1, you want to get a little bit up on the curb, maybe a little more than that though. Definitely could have got a little better of an entry anyway. And he's actually already given up, it seems.
A lot of people backing up, then let's go on board with Mr. Bottle, Cameron Young, in 11th in the Red Bull. If you want to go on his lap then, that's the third driver for you to go on board.
Yeah, hopefully one of these drivers can finish a lap anyway, through what is turn 5, and if that little kink is turn 6, then this makes it turn 7. As he invalidates again, of course.
I think there's a curse with you commentating drivers at the moment. All invalidating, all backing up. Right, let's go on board then with Mr. Brandon Glover. You know, new teammate this season he's got, and it's Lee Kelly, since Caden has decided to withdraw from IRL, since he's got a few personal issues at the moment, which is understandable. Right now, we're on board with Brand, who's currently losing against his new teammate, Lee Kelly, who's actually going to give him a little bit of slipstream, and that's going to help wonders. Probably give him a couple hundredths, maybe a tenth at most. Bit of a lock-up though, but he is purple, so could we see Brandon be at top today? It's been a while since we've seen Brandon on form. And Brandon's been a lot more cosy, I must say, in the top tier than F2, as he wasn't really performing that.
He's really revving out those gears, unless it's...
yeah, he's a rev merchant.
Unless it's decent, I don't think that's the way to go, quite, but so if it works for him, then...
6th quickest, 49. So he only just gets ahead of Lee there, so Lee's got some pace on Bran, as he peels into the pits of the Mercedes. Haven't really lost their team fight, as they could still easily try and fight for the constructors. But Ninja Zusen right now is on mediums, finishing his flying lap in Williams. His best lap so far is on Sauce with a 15 flat. And actually Ninja is pitting. So actually, I think that was just to go around the track. Well, almost hits the wall. But I'm very surprised Rocco retired there, Kevin. Quite early on in quali, there was like 10 minutes left and he's retired.
Maybe he's hoping he gets knocked out. Of course, a lot of people get to set laps. Speaking of people setting laps, Nino's coming around the final corner. He was purple in sector 2, it looked like, and that's P5 of the 14.6, just off ball. Not too shabby of a lap from Nino.
Yeah, that isn't too shabby at all. He's been proven to be quick round here. and also quick in this top tier. You know, he was in, when he joined IRL, he was in F2, and I did fight against him. He was pretty quick. Then he went to the top tier, wasn't really challenging that much, and then I believe he got a race ban with Pedro, actually, who's also in this tier. And then F2, which was this season, he didn't really score that many points. I was on board with Humongous right now, who's closing up on the other Renault of Ryan. But as I was saying with Nino, then he went to top tier as F2 got closed down, these guys merged, and he has now proven his pace. He's challenged Matthew as well, who's the big guy here, you know, the top guy on the plate no one can beat at the moment. So Nino is proving maybe he could be a fighter next season, but Humongous, or as Joey is his PSN name is, comes to the line, and it's 14-4, so he takes pole position, and he will be happy with that then. He is a couple hundredths just ahead, actually. Good lap, and he gives Ryan Slipstream. Kevin's going to go on board.
Yeah.
He's on medium tyres.
On medium tyres as well. The only other person still up on mediums right now is Thomas. Of course, Bran improved on his lap on soft since, so he's coming through what is turn 4, short shifting up to 5th gear. That is very interesting. I've never thought that would be the way to go, but he's faster than me, so I'm not going to say it's wrong. Through turn 7 now. Looks pretty planted right now. Doesn't look like there's many mistakes. I think I saw maybe 1 or 2 lockups here and there, but small ones though. As there might be there is actually a yellow flags in sector 3, but it shouldn't affect him. Coming through a little S section now to finish the lap. Through the chicane now, and then coming up to the final corner, it's flat out up to the line, so we'll see what he can set now. As he runs out of Euros right at the end, and that's P9 just behind Thomas, so yeah, almost the quickest on mediums. Of course, he only had one other person for competition, but very equal between them two, actually.
Yeah, very equal indeed. As Julio just set a new fastest lap on his time. Got third quickest now. He improved by a 10th. So, oh my god, I have only just noticed this.
Yeah, the two
the AlphaTauri destroyers right now. Matthew Order with a 14 flat, Devin with a 14.2. As Matthew been given a little bit of side information to Devin to make him quicker, because right now Devin is absolutely pulling all the stops in the AlphaTauri team, and is second currently. So could we see an AlphaTauri 1-2, which I thought we would never see, but it could be possible right now. As we'll go on board with another driver who's just begun his flying lap. Or actually, about to finish his flying lap, actually, it's MG Zeus. Currently in the Williams on softs. His quickest time was a 15 flat mediums. Let's see how much he improves on the soft tyre as he's coming out round the final corner. Nice and tidy exit, activates DRS, and he goes a 114.7, 8th quickest. He's going to be reasonable happily with that. A couple of thousandths quicker than Thomas, who's a reserve, who's 9th in the Haas. So good luck there from him. Mr. Ollie Flavel, Mr. Iconic driver, he doesn't like the Ferrari at all. Bit of a tail happy car he calls it, but he said he might have fixed that solution with fixing his setup. So will we see Ollie get a better qualifying time than he's had recently in the Ferrari? His technically teammate is 7th, Nino Romanello, but his actual teammate CC Brain unfortunately couldn't make it today, which is a shame for Cornelius. As Ollie then is getting ready for his flying lap. We have 3 minutes remaining, so the AlphaTauri team will do another lap then finally, so I'm guessing we may break into the 13s if we're lucky. And Ollie Flavel starts his flying lap. DRS is activated, and he's now maxing out the revs and gears. Down the long straight, as you can see both Alfa Romeos, sorry, I apologise there, Alfa Romeos all on mediums. They are going out on their flying laps. So they are wanting to start on medium tyres and be lucky to make it into the top 10. If they don't, they'll start on probably mediums in the race. Right now then, let's see how much time Ollie gains. Through turn 4, the Renault moves out the way for Ollie and both Alfa Romeos, as we have 9 views now. Into turn 5, bit of a lock up there on the left front. May have helped him turn the car in a little bit, but it may have cost him some time. as he's now going through turns 6 and 7. It doesn't invalidate. That's crucial there. You can easily invalidate now through the fast right-hander. Activate DRS, get a good exit. He's going to get slipstream here off Thomas. Goes to the outside of him, into the hairpin corner, I call it, where it's easy for making a move there if you can get close enough. Through the tricky corner where last season he did crash out. Hopefully he doesn't have the repeat of that, as he's now into the chicane, currently in 15th with no lap time set on medium tyres. What time will it be? As he's now coming around the final corner now. Where will Ollie be on the position board? He goes 14th with a 15.4, so only one place improvement, beating Mr. Cameron Young. As the Alfa now of Michael Royce is on a flying lap now.
The two Alpha Tauris came out on the same bit of track. Matthew just in front of Devon, so maybe they're trying to do some sort of slipstream thing.
Well, as long
they
as
seem actually very coordinated looking at it.
Yeah, as long as they don't
letting
impede
the same
Pedro.
people through.
Well, Pedro's actually the head Alfa Romeo, if you want to go on board, Kevin. Currently on a lap, gaining on the Williams just ahead, as the Williams now should let him through, and he does. But as I said, you can come to both their laps right now.
Yeah, where is he? Yeah, Michael coming through turn 7, and now this is a flat out turn 8. Ooh. I might be getting this one off, and he's actually went a bit too wide and invalidated his final lap on medium, so he's actually going to be starting plumb last.
Oh,
that's unfortunate for him.
Thought I'd never see the day. Oh, Pedro then.
And Fast also goes a bit wide and invalidates.
That's a shame. Then. So both Alfa Romeo will be starting 13th and 16th, while Pedro still may get beaten by Ollie and Cameron. Still surprised. Rocco's still 6th. Julio's 4th. Go on board with Cameron Young, actually. Let's see how he does his lap then. Let's see how he takes turn 1. Ooh, a bit late to gear 4 there, as he was hesitant. As he's now going through the fast right-hander, runs a bit wide, and then takes as short as possible as he can. Running all over that curb. Nice and tidy there from Mr. Young. Let's see if he can make the Red Bull team proud. He's the only Red Bull driver on the grid today. Comes into the fast left right. Got to get it right, nice and right. As he's now going through the right-hander, which I believe used to be where the old sector time is, but I think it's now down here now. And he's wanted a bit tense down, so it looks like and he's invalidated. Okay, if that lap counts and he's getting time, that could be looked into, because okay, no, it doesn't matter, he's invalidated. Okay. No,
I would be watching Matthew and Devon right now, Jared, if you're stuck for someone to watch, as Matthew goes even quicker in Sector 2. He sets a purple Sector 2. And now he's going to be coming through the final part of the track. Of course, one more corner to go. Devon, his teammate, is going to be the next one to follow up. So we'll see how much Matthew improves. He doesn't actually improve. He was going quicker at one point. But we'll see if Devon can do anything about it. And it's not going to be enough for 0.1. And he's going to be a little over a tenth off his teammates. So not able to do anything there. Now it's all up to Joey, really, coming through the final few corners. Can he do anything about Matthew Waller's pole dominance, everything else you want to call it? And no, he's going to put a P3, so it looks like an AlphaTauri front row lockout. And it is, actually.
Nino,
no one else yet to set up.
Yep, so Nino's invalidated. He's also run out of fuel. But I can't believe I'm actually saying this. Devin has managed to get second place. This may be a good track for him then, and we could see the AlphaTauri then take the Constructors. I believe they can take it today, if I'm correct.
I'll look into it anyway.
Because it was 4 rounds, it was 176, so I'm guessing it's like 120 now, I believe, 130, so... Yeah, it'll be interesting if they can take it, especially if they get a 1-2 and score maximum points of 44. Well then, we'll go down the qualifying order with the 16 drivers. Matthew Order then takes first place with 14 flat. Awesome drive from him. Devin in second. Joey third. Lewis Curtis in fourth, which I'm very surprised to see since he's been balling a little bit lately and he's noticed it and he's been getting annoyed, but he'll be happy with fourth. Julio fifth. Brandon, good result for him, is sixth. Rocco seventh when he retired the car earlier on. Energy Juice 8th, Mr. Nino Romanello 9th, Thomas in 10th, Ryan 11th, Lee Kelly 12th, Pedro in 13th, Michael Royce in 14th, Ollie Favell in 15th, and a very disappointed lap from Cameron Young in 16th, with it all to do.
Indeed he does.
As it's cloudy, actually. Are they expecting rain near the end?
Maybe. But I mean, knowing this game, it's probably... if there was rain anyway, it would probably come right at the end and not be enough. And if it was enough, then it would only be enough for a small period of time.
Well, if it's not going to rain, these cloudy conditions are going to help the guys on softs because it's not going to overheat the tyres, which is still an issue around here, and it's not going to make them wear out too much. Yeah, they're going to still die off roughly around about the same time, but if people are trying a one-stop to soft to hard, they've now got a very good chance of making it work. But the hards may not be in a very good operating window if they try that. But we could see 2 stops, so it's going to be very interesting what everyone pulls off. As we'll look on all the tyre choices then, as I said, top 10 on the tyres that qualified. Thomas was the highest medium runner to qualify mediums in 10th. Ryan then in 11th. Lee Kelly 12th on mediums. Then Pedro and Ollie and Cameron on the hard tyres. Michael in 14th on mediums. So the Alfa Romeo team have done a different strat. But that is interesting. Cameron Young and Ollie are going hard to soft, I'm guessing. They won't be doing hard to medium. I think they'll try to do the soft run because they can take the hards a bit longer. And that is interesting.
Yeah, they'll be bagging on no safety car though. If there is an early safety car, they'll be shafted. Honestly.
Oh yeah, I agree with that. Put it. It's basically a 2-stop medium. But yeah, Ryan's lagged out. I think Ryan's lagged out, and I didn't notice. Has Ryan lagged out? Let's rewind that.
I didn't notice any disconnect. But you might be right, actually. He is ghosting for me as well.
Well, he's backed off, but his AI wouldn't back off that much, so I don't think he has. I think it's just desync for us, to be honest. Lewis has been disqualified, but as I was saying, is Cameron and Ollie going to have a crash? They've had a bit of beef lately, so I don't know. Could happen. You know, Cameron is being a bit aggressive, more aggressive since he's got something to prove. So he is in 16th. He's got a lot of work to do. Could try and force his way through, and Ryan has actually now officially lagged out. So Ryan, unfortunately, will not be back. But will it be a restart? That is the question. That is up. I believe it's up to Matthew. But I don't think it will be because I don't think we've restarted before at the end of the formation. But I could be wrong. So. Oh, Ryan has rejoined.
Okay, Ryan's
so
joined again.
Either he. That is if he's not careful, he could get disqualified because. Yeah, we're gonna have to keep an eye on him, to be honest, because he could disqualify in the end of the race.
Apparently the game just kicked him, but
yeah, it doesn't matter. It'll still get him DSQ'd if he's not careful. But the 5 lights are out. And we're underway then as we get an awful camera start, and it looks like one of the Alfa Romeos didn't have a good start. Needed Ollie Favell, but Cameron's already getting in the mix. And both Altoids, we see 3 wide moment almost there between the rest point Williams. Oh, Lewis, Brandon is going for a very optimistic move there. I don't know what Brandon was playing at. There's no way you could fit that car there. Oh, and he almost hits Julio. Black Phoenix is going around almost. Oh, and you can just see debris around. What's going on?
Yeah, there was a Mercedes. Brandon Glover got pushed a little wide. He almost got clipped at the rear. It looks like more or less though.
Oh, he's gone!
I was
he's in
gonna
the
say
wall.
more or less that everyone at the back was doing okay. It was no major incidents, but Ollie spun it all on his own on the exit on just on throttle. He put too much. There's still fighting going on though, Jared.
Yeah, I see.
There's Rocco trying to go around the outside of Cameron Young.
Oh, now
he
it's
had a
losing
little look,
Michael.
but not quite there. And also Lee's had a bad exit. He's on mediums. Brandon Glover's on softs. I'm sure Lee won't make it too hard for his teammate. And Lee does go through as well. So it looks like now everything's died down. Matthew Walder leading from Devon. Joey Lewis, Julio, Nino, Zeus in 7th, Thomas, Brandon and Lee.
Oh, Rock almost went into the back of Cameron there, and Lee, yeah, you said, but Brandon's had the worst start. The maybe that's the current fastest lap, will probably be beaten the next, but look at Rocco now. He's looking hungry. He wants to challenge Cameron Young. Cameron Young doesn't really fight it. He knows he's going to be quick on soft tyres, but Rocco showing him that he knows what he
Julio
wants
is
to
getting
do.
overtaken by Nino Romanello around the outside of turn 1, and a nice move from Nino as
Julio's now lost the position. Lewis will be the contact.
And now Zeus is trying to go,
for God's sake.
and he loses 2 places there.
Yeah, that is true there. Julio's lost 2 places, and Ollie then DNFs. He could have had a safe car, could have helped him out. You don't see Ryan DNFing. So, yeah.
It looks like quite a nice start from Nino, by the way. He started down in 9th, already up in 5th, and looking quite punchy right now after his overtake on Julio as well.
That's good. Brand's already picked up a penalty. I think penalty merchant, confirmed. But yeah, as I was saying though, Nino is gaining on Lewis, Andre, and Devin is basically helping his teammate out. Matthew doesn't need to win any races now, he's champion. So he could literally crash, and it could be just 1 point if he wanted to make it close. But he doesn't need to. Devin, 2nd place, looking very good right now, and he's holding Joey and Lewis Curse and Nino Romanello, but is Nino going to get a bit closer as Matthew says new pass out, and there's a safety car.
And that's for Ryan Heron.
That actually
at the exit of turn 8, it looks like probably lost it on throttle. He's completely out of this race, and this is exactly what the hard runners didn't need as well.
And this is what Ollie would have
needed. An early
though.
Safety car. Their races are screwed, really.
Not really, to be fair. They could still work out. I've seen early safety car before for the hard runs, and they've actually still come out to win the race. So it's at least it's not like lap 8.
Yeah,
if it was lap 8,
I'd say they'll need
screwed.
A little extra luck though compared to others. Like people on mediums.
Mediums will go to lap 12.
I'd say
to 13.
they're okay to keep going, really. There wouldn't be a massive difference compared to the soft runners pitting now, and even then the soft runners this early of a safety car, it's a little bit awkward. They'll still probably pit, but it'll be tight on tyre wear at the end.
And Ryan isn't happy. And that's a shame. Alright then. Well, if Joey, you don't want to get too close to them. You don't want to get a 5-second penalty. As Joey is in, so he's going on mediums then. As a lot of people are in, actually, my bad. So this is going to promote everyone up, and these guys now will be doing the 2-stop strategy. Medium, well, soft they were on, but now it's going to be medium. Oh, the racing points!
Double stack for racing points, yeah.
Oh, that's going to hurt Rocco, and he ain't going to be happy with that. He's going to lose so much time.
It looks like he might lose out to Michael, Yeah, he will.
Yeah, he's definitely losing to Michael. There's no way he's going to...
Oh, that's unfortunate for him. Oh, and he almost got in front as well. Well, I mean, it's only one place, but I'm sure he would have run at 13th compared to 14th.
Well then, Matthew, Devin, Lewis, Nino didn't pit. Now, they are staying on the 1-stop strategy. Shit. The controller just dropped on the floor. But as I was saying, the top 4 can now definitely make soft hard work, because they are going to the end when they're going hard tyres and the committed distance. So it'll be interesting why the other guys pit. Maybe they feel they're quicker on the 2-stop now. They can still pull the 2-stop off, since they've basically got a free pit stop with the mediums, but they're only going to have to pit one more time as well. So it's interesting why the top 4 haven't actually pit, as safety car will be in this lap actually.
Safety car in, that's
early,
2, 3, 4. Actually, no, yeah, that's when it was meant to come in.
Well then, at least safety car has come in at the perfect area. Usually we have glitches where the safety car comes out into the chicane, which I experienced.
It'd be interesting to see if Devin goes for it on his teammate. I mean, his teammate has nothing to gain anymore apart from wins, so maybe you might get a little punchy on Matthew. Although right now Matthew's had a beautiful restart, getting that 6/10 gap. There's no way he'll be making a move right now anyway.
It's true, but what about Brandon now? Giulio's making a move on Bran. Giulio is getting the position, and Bran is getting a penalty for ignoring yellow flags. Did he actually overtake under yellows? Can we just go to 3 seconds?
I don't think that's a thing for yellows.
Yeah, it
is for safety car conditions, but
no, you can't get a penalty if you overtake on yellows. It'll go up with that thing. You can position back. Yeah, it's what happened with that.
Okay, well, it wasn't like that on last game anyway, so I guess they fixed that.
That's interesting. Oh, Brand's overtaken when it just went yellows. It could be, and not letting back through in time. So, there's Brand's penalty, but Joey now under pressure. Oh, Julio almost rear-ends him. Julio's really quicker than Joey right now, and it looks like he's going to make the move very soon.
And by very soon, he's going to go right down the inside of the hairpin. Joey tries to hold it around the outside, but actually ends up losing out to Brendan Glover. Is going side by side with him. Now he has the arguably better line around the outside, and he should be able to cut him off, and he does up into P10. So losing out 2 places there for Joey, similar to how Julio lost it in a way.
Yeah,
to
Joey's
Nino
in,
and I actually forget who else it was.
Joey is in now. I wonder why he's pitting. There's no moves at the moment. He has wing damage. That's why he's pitting. And he's going on hards to the end, so he's going to have to push them all the way to the end. And it's still cloudy, but it isn't. It hasn't got darker. It's just basically stayed the same. So I don't think it is going to rain. So possibly you maybe am right, or it will rain near the end. But right now, Devin, 1.6 seconds off his teammate. He's got Lewis Curtis all over him right now, and also Nino Romnello not that far off, as they've had a great restart.
Indeed. You see the people who pit. First of those is Pedro down in 8th. Oh no, never mind. Actually, Julio, not Pedro, down in 9th on the mediums. Not too many people actually taking the free stop. Arguably, since so many people didn't take it, it's not so free. But it'll be interesting to see how it works out for them, as Lewis has actually got a very good exit on Devin. Coming out of the final corner, no DRS in activation right now. He'll have slipstream. It doesn't look like he's actually wanting to make the move right now. Maybe trying to save a bit of ERS, despite Devin actually having more.
Yeah, I was warned about that. Oh, Pedro gets the move on Cameron. Cameron drops another position. So this isn't good for Cameron. Oh, Cameron's trying to get so close. Yeah, they had to correct his car because it looked like it was going to go. But Pedro, who's beaten Cameron before on the similar strat, is on hard tyres as well, and Pedro is also on the same strat as Cameron, so interesting that Cameron's losing pace on them already.
Yeah, it looks like Devin's really not quite on it like his teammate. He's fallen back 2.2 seconds now, and DRS is in activation now as well, so you would expect Lewis to be getting past very soon. We'll see if Devin has the pace to re-overtake him. I'd say he probably does. I mean, Lewis, of course, mainly has gained in the straights, I guess. Although he does seem a little more confident right now. Oh, and that exit. DRS and activation. He's got lots of overspeed. It looks like it's going to be done well before the corner. Devin tries to defend, though. Squeezes him right up to the right of the track, but it looks like he should have this now, and he does into turn 1. Lewis up into second.
Oh, a bit of contact, sorry to cut you off.
Contact
there from Lee. As they're still on side by side through turn 3 now, Thomas and Lee are fighting. Merck versus Haas. And there we go, Thomas then overtakes Lee Kelly as the other fight between Lewis and Devon we did catch. So Devon then into third, and as you said, with Devon, unlucky there for him as he got the move before turn 1. But Lee dropped now to 6th, similar tyre strategy as well. So it looks like people are struggling on tyre temps probably. As Lewis Curtis, could we see the Mr. Bottler get a podium? Like right now, he's doing very well in second. I'm not trying to jinx him or anything, and he's still up on his time as well. He's 2 tenths up, so he's got the pace on those softs still, and it's on lap 8.
Yeah, it seems it. Devon hasn't really been able to catch up quite in the corners. Of course, dirty air will have a factor in that. We'll see when he gets to DRS and activation, but he's actually almost out of that 1 second window for DRS. He's pulled 8 tenths. Of course, Devon will close up, but yeah, it seems like Lewis is going a bit quicker, so he is actually responding to the conditions a little better than Devon right now, it seems.
Well, then we're on board with Pedro right now, who's currently under threat by Cameron, but they are gaining slowly on Lee. Lee's on 8 lap old mediums, gap's 1.6 seconds. And there's F1 where Matthew is, F1.5 where Lewis is, then there's basically F2 where Lee Kelly is, and then there's basically F10 for where everybody else is because they're on harder compounded tyres. Right now, as they're not really catching that much, but Pedro now 1.2 seconds, so maybe, has Lee overheated his soft mediums already? There's no way. He can't have overheated them already. There was a safety car, they should have cooled down.
I mean, they're mediums as well. It's not exactly a tyre you would be overheating. As Nino is actually into the pits now at the end of lap 10. He's obviously looking to get an undercut on the guys ahead. Of course, he's had quite a nice start so far. So we'll see if there's any issues in this pit stop. No front wing changes or anything like that. And he gets away quite nicely. So yeah, he'll be coming out in P13, there's no doubt about that. So yeah, he'll have lots of clean air, and you would expect everyone to be responding to that pit stop now. People like Lewis, Devon and Thomas actually on mediums, so he'll be going a little longer.
Yeah, if he's going to try the one stop, he's going to be probably pitting lap 15, maybe 16 at most, but as I said, Nino is doing the hard strat, so he could be a factor in this race and could challenge Matthew again. We saw him challenging him in Bahrain. But right now, we see a fight further ahead between Thomas and Devon. Thomas now wants a bit of the action. He's almost
he looked for it as well, and it actually got Devon to lock up a little there as well. So maybe he's saying he's there anyway. He didn't necessarily go for a move, but maybe Devon thought he might have, so he kind of prepared for it anyway. As another, he went a little deep, and you can see the exit difference.
Oh,
I mean,
no!
That'll be difference in mediums and softs.
AlphaTauri double sacking. Matthew has screwed his teammate. Matthew has ruined Devon. The AlphaTauri team needs him to make a slick pit stop. Has he lost time?
I don't think. Yeah, he has.
Yeah,
he
lost probably a
certainly
second.
has. He's never not gonna. I mean, Matthew could have stayed out another lap. I mean, he had the gap to stay out another lap and still retain the net lead. So yeah, he kind of screwed Devon there.
Well, now Thomas is the net, well, current leader. Lee Kelly in second. These guys are all on one stops, so top 4 will be only making one more stop. However, same with the other guys, but they've already made a stop with under the safety car, but they can go a lot longer. So at the moment, it's going to be very interesting on strategy call, because now them lot of guys on hards.
No, I was going to say, Jared, Devon's not. He's opted for mediums. Obviously putting the same lap as Matthew. Matthew thinks that the hards are the tyre to be on. Devon thinks the mediums are better, so we'll see how that differs by the end of the race.
He's doing a 2-stop then. He must be going either soft, medium, soft, or soft, medium, medium. That is a late call for that, because if you're doing a 2-stop, you roughly pit around about lap 8. So that is an interesting call for them. And could he have costing himself a podium? Right now, though, one board of Pedro, who's currently gaining on Lee Kelly, who's on 11 lap old mediums. That means it will start now die out. But they still should have a bit of life. Oh, a bit of contact. Oh, Pedro has to back off completely with that spinning. Lee gets a bad exit though through turn 3. Pedro's not close enough to get a good run on him. And is still going to have to watch out his mirrors because Cameron Young is right behind him.
Yeah, he most certainly is. Of course, Pedro seemed to have the pace on him at the start. Jeez, I keep trying to say Game Protect. Cameron Young gets a 3-second pin there for going just a little too wide. I think he's the first to get a pin, but he has had a better exit though compared to Pedro. So could he dive it? He's gonna look for it. But he's going to actually stay behind for now. As you can see, he's right up the back of him, going through Sector 3 right now. Of course, they're getting a little held up by Faz, by Lee, I mean. Not Faz. Yeah, Faz is the one getting held up.
Oh! That was really unlucky. That was really unlucky. I think that was just where Lee slowed down and made the pit. Pedro started to accelerate. That's going to be hard for the stewards if he reports that. Lee's lost so much time.
I don't. Yeah, he has, but whoops.
Smash. Joey's out. Safety car. Oh no! Lee's been saved. He is being saved. Joey is out. So both Reynolds then have DNF'd, and that's Joey's race. And he's actually binned it where Ollie binned it last season.
And it's actually saved Devin as well. A safety car will help mediums go a little longer if he is thinking about a one-stop.
It's also helped Thomas out.
But yeah, Devin will be able to catch up the 5 seconds that he lost. So he'll be right up the back of Nino. So we'll see what he can do. Of course, mediums versus hards. Mediums are going to win that every day. So
that's true though. But what about the guys on hards? 12 lap old hards. What are they going to do? There's no way those mediums can go to the end. They're not going to take 20 laps. They only can make 15 max if they're like really saving them.
No, I'd say they could go more than like it's if they pit now, it's as if they would pit lap 16, which would be 2 laps earlier. I'd say they can take them to the end. They'd be a little dead, but it's still possible.
Will they pit?
And probably their best option right now. Because they can't not pit for a second safety car.
Cameron's in. Pedro's in.
Cameron and Faz, Pedro, both come in, and Julio also follows them, and all the medium runners. This is kind of a scheduled pit stop for them, so they're fine.
Getting still stuck with the Alpha Male team. Hopefully the Alpha Male team can do it. But Energy Zeus will be leading this race. He's got a 9-lap-old hards. He's going to try and take them to the end. Could we see a Williams driver win a race?
Everyone else behind pitting though.
Thompson,
he'll be
Matthews jumped him.
A sitting duck on the restart.
Yeah, that is true. But what about Lewis Curtis? Has he jumped him? Cameron's trying to overtake. Lewis actually got the position. Oh no! Has this caused a glitch? No.
No, I don't think so.
Cameron was very lucky there.
Cameron got really close. Oh no. Yeah, no, it's a glitch. They got the glitch.
Why go for the overtake when you already knew you already lost the position, you egg? Alright, and so Cameron now is getting the position. Now he's going to have to give it back to Lewis. Lewis, don't
unless
go
he
for
can
it. Just
give
stay
it.
Behind.
Well, he might not though. Lewis was off track. I think they're okay now.
No, but even still, Lewis should have had that ahead anyway because he was actually ahead when he exited the pits. So Cameron shouldn't have gone for that move, to be honest.
Yeah, but there's also the possibility that it wasn't his fault. Like, he might have looked like he was Ed, and then he went, and then the glitch happened. So, like, you never know for sure. Like, I mean, if it's reported, then I guess we'll see what actually happened. But
yeah, that is true. If it does get reported.
For now,
Nino in 6th though. Hard tyres. Yeah. Pedro is on mediums in 7th. Very interesting. Julio's got on hard tyres.
Michael also went with mediums. Everyone else went with hards when they pit.
Yeah, so nobody's on the soft tyre. Everyone's on the harder compound. But Mr. Energy Zeus, will he pit? Or will we see the fresh Williams instead of the hungry Williams, which has been absolutely destroyed with its livery, because now it's more black and it's absolutely ruined the car. To be honest, if you wanted to make it black, do the sideboards, but No. Cameron then in fourth. But Thomas is on hard tyres since he started mediums. I'm surprised he didn't pit for mediums. These, yeah, I don't think Cameron and Pedro are making it to the end, or Michael.
No, I think it's as I said, I think it's possible both their tyres will be dead.
What's Cameron? Did Cameron just try and pass Thomas, or was that just like him trying to avoid him? Because I completely
probably avoiding. I mean, he didn't actually pass them, so.
Well, let's see if Jesus can hold Mr. Matthew behind. He's really turning that wheel to get the heat in those tyres. Switch to a corner as well. It's interesting. Wow, that's early again. That's gone even earlier this time.
No, it was out on lap 13. They put all on lap 13, then they did lap 14.
I didn't mean by that.
It's not really.
No, I didn't mean by that. I meant where it was on track. Because last time it went in like where they are now.
Oh. Oh, well, yeah, that's true.
Well then, this is going to be interesting. For once, Matthew isn't leading the safety car, but he's going to the end. Energy Zeus, his tyres are going to be dead at the end, basically like the mediums. Thomas is looking for net second right now. As Energy Zeus going, oh, there's wing damage. Matthew's got wing damage, I think. Is it Matthew? Let's have a look. Is it Matthew?
Don't think, no, it's not Matthew.
Oh, so I thought I saw it wing damage. Is it Thomas? No, it's not. It's Cameron Young. Cameron's got wing damage, but he's trying to make a move on the inside. Thomas gives him no room at all, shoves him off. Oh, that's going to be looked into. Oh, there's yellows. There's been a massive crash behind. There's both mercs off the track. Brandon and Lee have come to blows. I believe that's a Mercedes front wing. It is Brandon.
Yeah, and there's Nino getting passed by Thomas, I think. Or Nino doing the passing. Regardless, Nino is on the inside trying to keep it there, but the outside line becomes superior. Oh, now Thomas is maybe going for a move on Cameron Young now. Of course, he said Cameron has wing damage. He's going to try a switch back. Not quite on and for a move there anyway.
Oh, this is going to end in tears by one of these in a minute. Cameron's driving like an idiot. This is going to end in tears. Cameron pits. God, that could be another Lee Kelly moment. So Cameron has lost this race. He's in the pits. So he's out of it. Could we see a Williams 2-3?
Slipstream. Thomas won't be able to benefit off anything. He's using overtake though, which will cancel out Nino's slipstream really, and he'll stay P4 for now. Of course, Matthew's got past Zeus now, and he's probably going to sail off into the distance and just kind of take the win really. I mean, that's what he does best, isn't it? The two Williams actually overall as a team doing very well, by the way, second and third.
Oh, that's true. As I said, Williams could be. They are the defending constructor champions with Matthew when they were at the helm. But Matthew left and went to AlphaTauri, so he's going head to like every team basically. Don't know where he's going next season. Will he stay AlphaTauri? Will he go to Williams again, or will he go back Renault? Will he go to a new team? But right now the Williams drivers are looking good, second and third, looking to score some decent points with the Haas and Thomas in fourth. Now I don't believe Thomas scores points for Haas since he's still a reserve. So right now though, Matthew does a 17.8, new fastest lap on hard tyres, but I'm guessing that's going to be beaten by Cameron when he does his fastest lap. as Brandon, Julia and Cameron have been absolutely destroyed today on their strats. But the person who hasn't been destroyed on their strat is Mr. Pedro. Pedro right now, no wing damage, no damage at all, and he's keeping up with Nino on fresh mediums.
As you would expect, I mean, Nino's 7-lap old hard, so is Faz's mediums should be faster. If not, then there would be a problem. So, yeah, he might be able to make a move soon. Nino's just lost DRS as well, which will give Pedro that extra edge in the straight. And yeah, Nino doesn't actually have DRS, so that's going to hinder him down this back straight anyway.
It's true.
And I think that Zeus should be pitting this lap. And he's not, actually.
Nah, he's got
maybe
a lot
going for
left.
a hard soft.
No, because it's lap 19. He's already made a pit, so I think he's going to the end. I think he's going to try and risk it. It's going to be a push, I'll tell you that.
Would be a massive risk. I mean, you'll
right
most
now,
likely get a puncture going that long.
I think if I was him, I'd just let Lewis through and hold Tom up.
Are they actually teammates, or is one of them
actually, I'll find out that actually right now, because I'm positive they're not. Where's Mr. Romano? Let's have a look. Well then, we're looking at
yellow flag is in sector 1. I think that was maybe Brandon.
Yeah, that was Brandon Baldwin.
Yeah. Or no, Lee, I mean, not Brandon.
It was Lee.
Yeah, I was on board with Lee and I said Brandon, but Lee's also going very wide and he's just spun that and he's got damage, but like he shouldn't be going that wide.
Ethan's actually first reserve, so he actually might have got a seat. I know Lee got a seat with the Mercedes, the Williams. Who was pairing in the Williams? It was Gavin and Jack. Jack left, so I'm guessing he got a seat. Actually, I can find out in Discord. No, he's not. He's still reserve. He is still a reserve, so he's still first in line. Dolores and Energy battling. Oh, bit of contact.
I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, but it looks like Lee's kind of. I'm not even sure what Lee's trying to do. He's trying to spin anyway.
What is he doing?
And into the pits eventually.
Keep an eye on him. If he
yeah,
does
it kind of looked like he was trying to crash, because like he was going wide, like up onto the grass, and it looked purposeful, because like even with wing damage, you just slowed down more.
Well, I understand the wing damage, you slow down, but you're trying to get quickest back to the pits. You still can lock quite a lot, but if he's like intentionally trying to crash, that's a penalty itself, and it causes.
Now he's just sitting in the pits.
Right? Can you keep an? I know it's.
Yeah, I am.
Just keep an eye on him for a bit. I'll keep an eye on the fights for front.
Okay, he's left the session.
Oh, that's fine.
He didn't retire though.
Don't mind, his AI is going to be ghosting, so it's not going to be an issue. That annoys me, that. And Energy Zoos
I think he was trying to cause the safety car, then couldn't, and just left. Then, but I mean, he didn't anyway. So we move on.
Fight for the front.
Was that Pedro getting past Michael there, or were they already running like that? Looking at it, I'm going to assume
they're already
they're
running like that.
Yeah,
they're already running like that. I'll tell you what isn't running like that right now is Energy Zeus. He's literally parking a train right now to keep Thomas behind as one lap, 21 out of 33. Still no passing yet. Cameron's on soft tyres, so he's going to the end on them for fastest lap. Still not going to score the fastest lap point. Oh! I saw Mr. Roma there. He almost went. That would have woke him up.
and Zeus has had a very bad exit of the final corner, and it's going to allow Thomas to at least go side by side down the straight going into turn 1, as there's also a side by side moment between someone up front. I think it was actually Lee's AI. But Thomas is actually going to go right around the inside, off the inside for turn 2, and complete that move for P3. So Energy Zeus loses out once again, and now he's going to be under pressure from Faz, who's on quite fresh mediums. So you would expect a move
he's also got past Nino
to
as well, just
not take too much effort from Pedro then.
Looks like the Alfa Romeo guy is looking for strong points.
Yeah.
Can you just tell me you want to go on board with it, mate? Because I just need to quickly do something downstairs for like literally 20 seconds.
I guess Faz, he's probably going to be making a move soon.
Do apologise for this, guys, but I will be back in 20 seconds.
Right then, so well, I'll try and kind of keep on Faz anyway. He's following in kind of just the slipstream and DRS of Zeus right now through the final chicane. It'll be most likely that he's going to be getting at least a better exit. He'll open DRS as Cameron Young seemingly crushes out of this race. Virtual safety car, and Faz is not going to be able to make that move on this occasion, although he certainly would have been able to at least have a look. So Zeus is going to hold on for just a little longer, as Nino, I'm sure, is also looking quite punchy in that Ferrari as well. He's up 4 places from where he started, down in 10th, so he'll be happy with that. The kind of stragglers in this race, if you will, being Brandon and Julio, as the virtual safety car ends now. So once again, Pedro will be trying to make that move. Zeus is going to be hoping that he can stay there for as long as possible, maybe helping out his teammate as well, if they are teammates again. I haven't actually got confirmation on that, as Cameron then leaves the session after crashing, so that's
Did he deliberately crash, or did he just lose control?
No, I don't think so. I don't think so.
Where did he lose it at?
I mean, I didn't see it, but he spun at the exit of turn 3, which, I mean, Ollie did the exact same at the start, so... Or no, turn 4, not 3. Don't
yeah, turn 4, so he's touched it. Yeah, he's probably just fixed it, and just gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, now Pedro's going to be in the DRS, and this time there isn't going to be a virtual safety car. Is he going to go to the left or right? He's going to go up to the left, trying to go around the outside. Thomas did this on him last lap, and 2 laps ago, and Pedro's going to mimic his move up into P4, and now Nino's going to be next to be trying to get past Zeus. It looks like Pedro just have that move in the bag, so he'll be chasing after Thomas now. Equally 9-lap-old tyres. Just Thomas's tyres should probably be at least equal with it now, as Zeus actually has a mistake, and Nino's going to try and go down the inside into turn 8, I think it is, and he's actually going to have that move. And now Zeus is under pressure from 2 cars there. He tries to dive it to hold on to dignity, I guess, and Michael's going to get past, and now Rocco Walsh is also going to go around the outside, have the inside for the next corner, and squeeze him out nicely. So he's really losing places. He should just pit now and at least try and get fastest lap, as I don't think he's going to be gaining any more places, as he actually stays out though.
Yeah, that's interesting. You still score points if you pit, it's just not that many, but if he keeps the way he's going against Punch, he's not going to score any.
It'll depend if Julio and Brandon catch up though. They are about half a minute off the grid, really. Yeah, pretty much says Matthew, the whole grid, and then Julio and Brandon.
Right now, though, Thomas is looking to try and overtake Lewis Curtis right now. He's still in second somehow. That's on lap 25 out of 33. Let's see who's actually got the fast lap point. It actually is Cameron, so 16.3. Matthew's not that far off on hard tyres. on hard tyres. That's how good Matthew. Jeez, Matthew is absolutely flying right now. 16.9 on hards. And soft hards, gap's meant to be running at almost 1.4 seconds difference. That's not bad at all for Matthew there.
He's just an alien, isn't he?
He's just a god right now at the moment. He's just proving it. He's beaten Louis twice, so just keeps going then. Thomas then is...
Looks like Nino's closing up to Pedro a little bit into turn 1. He's not quite close enough to make a move, but he's certainly right up the back of him, so he wouldn't put it past him to be making moves soon at least. Of course, Pedro's not going to be benefiting from any DRS. Pedro previously getting past, actually that was Deuce, that wasn't Nino. So yeah, I guess Nino's right back on Pedro and trying to maybe reclaim that P4 that he had near the start of the race. Really the maximum that these guys can get is P2. Matthew, even with, like, he'd win even if he had 6 seconds of pens almost. And by the end of this race he'll certainly have more than a 6-second gap, we'll say that anyway. You know, right up the back of him going into sector 3 now. As I don't actually think there were proper lockups, and it doesn't look like Nino's got a good enough exit there. And he's probably going to have to stick behind unless DRS can do wonders for him. He doesn't have much DRS to play around with. Pedro's going to stick to the inside anyway to try and defend, and once again Nino's going to have to stick behind for another lap.
Shame for Nino. Still no action on track at the moment, besides how close Thomas and Lewis is now. I think Thomas is actually going to go for it since Lewis is 5.46 off Matthew right now.
Yeah, he'll have DRS anyway.
Yeah, he's going to get him. He's got him.
Yeah, Lewis has like no ERS to use. This is going to be done before the corner as well, and it is very simply Thomas up to P2.
Good move there from Thomas. Nino's still not close enough yet as Energy Zeus finally pits. 23 lap old hard tyres. Yeah, he could still lose position from Pedro. Actually, Julius, sorry, and Brand. He could actually lose from Brand. Brand's actually could get a point. I thought I'd never see it. Brand still might get a point somehow.
Only if he beats Julio, though. Looks like Thomas is now getting away. Only 3 laps between their tyres, which is you wouldn't expect him to be this much quicker, but he is certainly pulling away as Lewis is going to close up a little bit with DRS, but neither of these guys really have any DRS to play with. Thomas having just a little bit more, and Faz also still trying to hold off Nino. Nino not able to make a move quite yet, as Lakido also watches on to maybe capitalise on Nino or Pedro's mistakes, and also you can't really count out Rocco or Devin if there's a little bit of an incident. Yeah,
Devin isn't that far off. He is 8th and his race has been literally flipped from a podium now only to score a couple of points, so he'll be very disappointed with this result, but he'll be happy for the constructors' sake, because what is the gap to the constructors at the moment with the current standings?
Oh, that's not it. The gap, that's as of no, yeah, so 50, so 26 points between the top two. So once again, they won't be able to win today. If they had a 43-point lead and got a 1-2, they would take it, I'm pretty sure.
No.
Because then they won't be able to... Well, actually, no, fastest laps count as well, so it would have to be a 45-point gap and a 1-2 without the Alpha scoring points. So yeah, they can't take it today anyway, is what I'm saying.
Right, so I'll probably be taking either the final round or the second to last round, as Lee's just AI, it's just pit. But Michael's under pressure now from Rocco, so as Michael's medium started to die off already. As on lap 31. Only a couple more laps left, but Mr. Rocco Walsh looking for another good result. And he's gaining on Michael. He's got alongside him, and he's got the track position, and he's now in 6th place. Michael then drops to 7th, and now he will be now trying to focus on Nino Romanello, who's just ahead of him, and maybe these two may become teammates next season, because right now they're looking very good on scoring points consistently. But right now Matthew has got a commanding lead of 5.4 seconds.
Yeah, I thought he would have pulled it a little more by now, but surprisingly not. I mean, maybe not surprisingly though, because he's probably just cruising. As Nino gets a 3-second pen, that's going to be very, very bad for him, because he was running a comfortable 5th at least, and he most likely would have taken it. That's, I think, the 2nd pen. Cameron and him, I don't think anyone else has actually got pens unless you've seen anything else that I don't know about. But
Nope.
Yeah, even if Nino overtakes him, he'll be dropped to 8th, really. Devin is within a second. He's also Devin right up the back of Michael now, after previously being passed by Rocco. We'll see if Devin can do anything. He'll open up the ERS. He won't actually have any ERS to attack him with, though, so that's not going to be a move possible right now, at least into turn 1, as Nino pushes on, trying to get past Pedro. 1.5 seconds behind him, 2 laps remaining now, including this lap. So they'll have to pull a little more of a gap if Nino wants to at least keep P5, or you'll have to hope that people behind get pens. At least one will do, really, for Nino. So yeah, Nino right at the back of him. I wouldn't put it past him to at least make an overtake. Of course, Michael's mediums are starting to go off, so you'd expect the same with Pedro's, as Nino's tires 20 lap old, but also hard, so we shouldn't really be having many tire issues, especially compared to Pedro.
Yep, that is true. As one lap 32 now out of 33, as Brandon peels in the pits to go for the fastest lap. So he will steal the fastest lap probably. Fast lap is from Cameron, who's DNF'd. A 1:16.3. Thomas is actually quicker than Matthew on his fastest lap. Thomas has done a 16.7 on hard tyres. Interesting. As Devin is now looking for me on Michael. Got a bit more ERS to play with. Getting slipstream. He's gaining. Oh, Lewis Curtis is lagged out! Lewis Curtis!
That's unfortunate for him.
He's in the 90% rule,
It'll
though.
mean that Pedro will take a net P3 now. Nino, everyone basically behind him just moves up a place because he won't be allowed to join back.
No. If he's 90% rule, it's last lap. He's within it, so his points will count.
He is actually.
So,
Well,
will
I
he
mean,
hold third?
it would stop there though. It would act like he DNF'd on lap 33, which would drop him behind everyone anyway. So, I mean, Pedro would still be running P3.
Not only if Pedro overtakes him, he still can score points.
Well, no, because like
no, he can't.
Anything after he lagged out would be like Lewis finished. Like if Lewis's AI finished his for him, then he didn't finish.
No, but it's within 90% rule.
And he can't run back, no?
Nope. It's within 90%
oh, yeah,
rule.
But what I'm saying though is like, yeah, like Lewis did 90%.
Yeah.
But like his AI would have done like the last 2 or 3. So anything that his AI did wouldn't be counted.
Control of his car. He better not get in control of his car. If he gets control, he's DSQ'd. He is DSQ'd if he gets in control of his car. He's coming to the line. Matthew wins. Thomas second. He does finish third. Lewis will hold third. Pedro fourth. Rocco fifth. Michael in sixth. Nino seventh. Devin finishes in eighth. And Mr. Zeus will finish ninth. So Nino with that penalty only loses 2 positions. We'll be disappointed with that, but he'll be happy with seventh. Pedro will definitely apply with fourth, starting near the back of the grid. As Zeus then comes around the final corner and finish in P9. And Mr. Julio will take 10th. And there we go, Julio then into 10th. Brandon then will finish 11th, the only runner left as leads in AI. So let's see what he does. He does a 1:15, so he doesn't. Actually, no, he does beat that lap, does he? Positive Brand just did a 15.
We'll have to see. If he did beat it, though, he won't be getting the point anyway.
No, but he would still get the fastest lap. Like, there's a fastest lap, but not as a point. As Pedro was driving there, and I have to agree with that. From near the back to fourth, good job. But the top step on the podium yet again is Matthew Alder. Good job and good race from him, showing that he's still got it. With Thomas on his second race in IRL for the top tier in second, and Lewis Curtis, who just made it within 90% rule, will be qualified as third. And congratulations to him. He's very lucky, because if he joined back and got on his control of his car, he would have been disqualified. Even though he went.
I still don't know. I still don't think that's how it works.
No, I already got confirmation with that, because we did it with F5. Exactly with F5 we did it like that. So
we'll have to talk about that after then anyway.
Yeah. Well, your official results then. Matthew first, Thomas second, Lewis Curtis in third, Pedro in fourth, Rocco fifth, Michael Riss in sixth, Nino Romano seventh, Devin eighth, Energy Zeus in ninth, Julio is in 10th, Brandon is the last finisher in 11th. Lee Kelly, Cameron Young, Joey, Ryan, Ollie Favell all DNF'd in today's race. Well then, you might as well suggest the top 3 for me while I get ready for them for interviews. Let's see if anyone said anything. Cheers, Matt. Right, we'll invite the top 3 then. And we have sent invites for the top 3. Hopefully they'll join. I know Matthew will probably join. Well, we have Mr. Lewis Curtis, who I thought I wouldn't see here for another 10 years. And we also have the 3-time champion, Mr. Blizzard, and we also have Tom, who's joining the place. This is awesome. So we have a full interview today. But we will start with the winner, Mr. 3-time champion, or Matthew Alder. Well then, Matthew, your good result again. You've won the championship. You've got the constructors to focus on, and I think you're actually helping your teammate in quali today. You looked a lot stronger on pace. And was that a proud moment for you today? And also, how did your race go, from your opinion?
Well, I didn't help my teammate in quali, but he did look promising. It's a shame that he chose the wrong strategy though, and went onto mediums instead of hards. Also, that we double stacked as well. That's also unfortunate. The race went quite good. I thought I might lose the win, particularly when I saw that second safety car. But as soon as I broke the DRS to everyone behind me, as soon as Energy Zeus broke the DRS, except me, to everyone, then it was just about passing him as soon as I could, because he had incredible straight line speed, so I knew it would be difficult. I don't know what kind of wings he was running, but I couldn't pass him even with the slipstream. So, and then it was just about managing the gap, making sure that I would hold the race. I got a penalty, so I managed. So I knew I was faster than Lewis behind me, so then I just pulled out the 3 second, and once I got that, I was happy to go for the fastest lap. Didn't get it, obviously, but I had another attempt at the end, which I was only 2 attempts off. So yeah, and then it was basically just driving around until the last lap when I tried to go for the fastest lap.
Well, yeah, we did see that you actually saw some true good pace on those hards, doing a 16.9 on them in the end. But
16.5.
Oh, you did 16.5. Oh, my apologies then. That's even better than I thought you did. So well done then with that 16.5. Unfortunately, Brian did take the fastest lap with a 15 something.
Cameron already had it anyway, so
yeah. So you wouldn't have got it anyway. But well, you've actually answered everything I was going to say to actually ask you in that little conversation there. So Kevin,
I actually
got
to go, so you can finish off your yard.
All right, Kevin.
Sorry.
No, that's fine, mate. Well then, I will ask you the last question. Spain is next week. How do you feel you're going to be around there? I mean Brazil. Yeah. See, I'm totally off it today, honestly. Brazil then. My apologies. Brazil. How do you think you're going to be around there?
Well, I can confirm to you that I'll be starting back there. So you can go celebrate that if you want.
Yep.
I don't mind Brazil. I mean, starting at the back instead of Singapore, because it's obviously easier to overtake. Don't mind Brazil. Don't really have a positive or negative opinion of it. Not a bad track, but it's not a good track for me either. Probably finish top 3, depending on if I get wing cameras at the start.
Okay then, well, hopefully maybe next season we could implement a rule where only CLG Blizzard starts at the back every race. You know, I think it'll be fair for the top tier drivers.
Maybe they can still win.
All jokes aside, good result and getting the win today, and hopefully you can fight your way through to try and get a podium or another win if you can. See if you've got that much skill to do it. But good luck for Brazil and good luck for the rest of the season, of course, for the constructors. As now we will go on board with, I believe, second place man, Mr. Thomas. I heard you're a bit annoyed with a certain individual. We won't name him, of course. But how do you think your race went without him being a little bit of a driving problem? The tyre race was a joke. That's a shame then. But what ruined your race? Do you think you could have challenged for the win or get close to Matthew if none of the silly little things happened?
I believe I would have been a bit close if someone didn't destroy my race.
Well then, I believe that... Oh, go on.
The thing is, I didn't have a pen. If I had or would have been able to stay in his DRS, maybe something would have happened, but other than that, one person destroyed my chance of that, so...
I can understand your frustration.
Once I overtook Lewis, I had no ERS, so it was just about keeping him behind.
Yeah, well, I've got to say though, even with that little bit of a distraction from that other driver, you actually did some awesome overtakes around the outside of turn 2 and all that sort of stuff. So I think even with that mistake, it would cost you possibly the win or anything like that, or challenge for it. You still got second, which is a good result. It's 18 points. And I believe this is your second debut as a reserve for the top tier.
Yeah, it was that.
So I think you've done a very good job as well, and actually challenged some of the guys. I would ask Kevin if he was here any other if he had any other questions, but I'm literally short on questions today. But the last question I will ask you is Brazil, not Spain. It is Brazil next week. How do you feel you're going to be there, especially with Matthew starting at the back of the grid? Do you think if you do get a drive, do you think you could be up there, or do you have to just wait and see?
I haven't driven Brazil yet at all this game, so I'm gonna hop on and maybe do some laps and see what the pace is like. But hopefully I can start somewhere near the top 5, which will be good next week. So.
Okay then. Well, hopefully you do have a good race at Brazil if you're driving, of course, since we don't know yet what's going on. But hopefully you have a good race then, and congratulations on second place. And just a shame for some drivers ruining your race as well. But as I said in chat, if any instance are like that, do report it. As we'll move to the third place driver, who I thought I'd never see the day, Mr. Lewis Curtis. Congratulations on your third place. No bottle this time, as you've been doing in FP.
I nearly bottled with Wi-Fi.
Well, yeah, you only just made that with the 90% rule, actually, so your points will actually count. So don't worry about that, since we've counted it for the tiers. But also, third place, how do you think that went with that before you lagging out, of course? How do you think your race went?
Well, it was quite enjoyable. I qualified P4, which I didn't expect. After the second safety car, I was in a comfortable P2 until Thomas came up behind me and thought he would just want to take that away from me. And then I just sat behind him and the rest of the race.
Well, yeah, we did see that, and also Energy Zeus and the other Williams, he was holding you up a little bit, but then you actually got the position. So, other than that, I think you've had a very good start to the race, and a very good result after you've had a few poor finishes this season, especially with the other tier of FP. So I think you've done very well, and good result in the end. Do you think you could keep this motivation possibly for next season?
No. I'll probably start DNF again from next week.
Well, hopefully you don't have that, because I'd like to see you more on the podium. You know, I think you have got the talent to do it. God, as I said, I'm really short on questions to ask because it's been a very thrilling race from you guys for the top 3. Well, then I might as well ask you the final question, which is Brazil. How do you think you're going to be there? Do you think you'll get another podium, possible win, or is it just going to be points, or just praying that you don't DNF?
I'll probably do some practice this time and try and get a podium, but Brazil's not a very good track for me. So I'll probably get top 10.
Okay then. Well, top 10 is your expectation at the moment. As you say, it's not your best track. Hopefully you can get more than that, since you have proven that you've still got the pace to actually challenge for the guys for podium positions. Well then, thank you guys for the interviews, joining the interviews, and unfortunately Kevin couldn't ask you any questions since he just had to run off. But hopefully we can see you 3 in the podium again. Well then, I'll start ending the stream. I've been your commentator IRL Neon. I've been joined by Kevin Harrison as Aspect. It's been IRL Season 8, Round 9 at Spain. If you guys have liked this video, if you want to see more content this season, join us tomorrow for F3 and F5 for 4:30 UK time, for their championships still to be decided for the drivers and the constructors. And also hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, turn the notification bell if you haven't already, because sometimes it glitches out and doesn't actually tell you that we're streaming or not. But if you guys have enjoyed this video, I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye for now.